Okay, guys, so let's try to solve this question quickly. What does it say? Write a function named longest name that reads number of names as input and typed by the user and find the longest name. So your method should accept an integer is a number of names, and then the longest name should be printed with its first characterized, blah, 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 something like this. As you can see, this is just enter a number of names. I said 2. It means that I want to enter 2 names. And it's going to say, for example, I have entered this name and this name. As you can see, it's going to say Muhammad's name is the longest. Example 2, enter number of names. I said 3. Is it John Dan? As you can see, is the longest. But this one and this name they have the same length, and that's why it printed there was a tie. So even though this is the longest, but someone else has the same number of characters. As you can see, John has 4, and this one has how many characters? 4. So the lengths are equal, but we're going to take the first one. Clear? Okay. So what is the name of the function, guys? Let's start to work. But before we start work, we should think. What do I need to do? I have no list here. Don't use list here. It's not allowed to use list. So I'm going to write here, not allowed to use list in this one. Okay? No list. So what do I need? What do I need? I need n. And n is the number of names that I want to enter. While or for I in range of n. What do I want to do now? I will ask you to enter. As you can see, what did I do here? Look at what did I do? I ask you to enter. Enter name. Okay, so I'm going to say input enter name equal what here? Name. If a name that I have entered, I'm talking about the length of it. You see how I'm thinking? The length of the name is greater than the length of the largest name. Oh, what is this largest name? I don't know about it. Okay, largest name initially is equal to what? Empty space. Not 0, because now we're talking about characters. So largest name initially is what? An empty name. When I enter a name, if it's greater than this largest name, then largest name is going to be equal to what? Name. Do you remember this? Is this clear? Can we do this step? When I'm done, I'm going to print the largest name. Can we do this step quickly? So I guess all of you should be able to do this. So let me, what is the name of the function? Longest name. So I'm going to write here. What happened? So div longest, let's say name, and it's going to take what? N. This is the number of names. What do I need to do now? Longest is equal to what? Empty space. For I in a range of what? N. What I'm going to need to ask you about what? Name equal input. Enter. You see, I'm not doing any complexity. Very simple things, and I will add up things. Enter what? Enter name. We don't need a CR here, because by definition, input is going to take history. Okay? What do I need to do after that? If name, no, not name, if length of name that I have entered is greater than the longest, it's not longest, it's length of the longest. What do I do in this case? I'm really sorry. Longest, you're no more. The longest name is now with the length. Is this clear? Clear, guys? Is it something like hard? No, it's not something like hard. And now let me print here. The what? The longest. Let me print the longest. This is my first version. I'm sure that I don't actually got confused with the technicalities. What are these technicalities? I don't know now. I don't care what happened. Why am I writing this? Oh my God. What do you mean by technicalities? I don't care now to print, for example, number 1. Can you see here what they want? Number 1 and number 2 and number 3. And if there is a tie, I don't care about these things. I will finish them later. Now I want the basic solution. The basic solution is enter a name and check whether it's what is the longest among these. Okay, so let's run this and see what's gonna happen. When I run it, okay, no problem. And now let's say longest name, and let's give it, for example, let's try 2 names only, and enter. So as we have expected, it's gonna ask to enter what? The first name, yes? And let's enter, for example, the first name. Nasser. Let's say Nasser. The second question is, enter the second name, let's say Mo. As we have expected, what did it print? Nasser. It asked us for how many names? 2 names, and it printed what? Let's make it, instead of 2, let's make it 5. What do you expect now? How many times is it going to ask us? Let's say Nasser, Mo, let's say Widad, بالإي, هيك, Widad, let's say Manar, and let's say Muhammad. What do you think? Which one contains the more characters? Muhammad 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so are they 5? So as you can see, what did we got? Muhammad. Is this clear, guys? Is it clear? So the first step we're done. We could now enter the number of as much as we want names, and this program will print for us the one with the longest name. Now I need to do some. What if I want to put here this hash, whatever? So as you can see, it says that enter a number and 2, 3, 4. What do you think I should put here? So hash plus SAR I plus 1. So if I0 is going to be 1, I1 is going to be 2. What do I do now? I test it directly. I have written it, I test it, and I test it. I know that it's working for names, so I don't need to put 10 or I just one name. I want to see whether it's going to give me, or let's put 2 names to see whether it's going to give me 1, 2, blah blah blah. So as you can see, it gave me what? Enter name number what? 1. Let's say RR. Enter name number 2. Let's say R. It should give me what? RR. Clear? I need to put a space here, so I come here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And maybe I put here after this one. Maybe I put a plus. What do you want to put? Space, for example. Okay, and what do I do now? I test it again. So I'm done with this part. Still one part, which is if there is a tie. Any ideas? So look what I'm going to do here. You see here? Oh, what do I put here? Ah, yes. What do I put? I equal is what? False. So if the length of the name is greater than the length of the longest, if it's equal, what do I put? I equal false or true? True. So else, if what? Length of name is equal to what? Longest. In this case, what's going to happen to the tie? True or false? Forget about print now. Tie is equal to what? It means that I have faced tie. Again, if this name is the same length as this name, and then I walked again and I ask you to enter a name that is greater than the 2, what's going to happen to the tie? Let me give you an example. Okay? Let's say I have entered the name. First of all, it asked me how many names do you want? I said I want 4 names. The first name he asked me, I said MOH. What do you think? Tie is going to be false or true? Do I have tie? Initially, its longest, it was 0. And now I have what? MOH. So the longest now is equal to what? MOH, yes. And then it's going to ask me to enter a name. I entered YEH. Is the length of the name is greater than the length of the longest? So this condition is going to be true or false. So I'm going to go here, or I'm going to go to else if. Else if. Yes. So else if is the length of the name. What is the length of the name? Is 3 is equal to 3? Yes. So what I'm going to do to the tie? So tie is equal to 2. It means that I have a tie. Is this clear, guys? Now it's going to ask me to enter another name. Let's say I have entered. Let's say I have entered Widad. Now tell me, billah alaykum, what is the length of the name? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 5 greater than longest? Longest is now? Is 5 greater than 3? Yes or no? Yes. So now the longest is going to be? The longest is going to be, what's name is going to be the longest? Widad. Now tell me, guys, do we still have tie? Or there is no tie? No tie now. So what do I do here? When I enter this if, what should I do to the tie? I put it what? Do I have a tie when I'm here? No, so tie is going to be You see what I'm saying? So look what's gonna happen now. I'm gonna say here, when I enter this, it means that I don't have any more tie. I have someone which is the longest. So tie is gonna be equal to what? To false. Okay. Now I need to know, I'm printing the longest, yes, but I need to know also whether there is a tie or not. What do I do? If tie equal, true or false? True, I'm gonna print what? Print there was a tie. Is this clear? What is this true? Okay guys, let's try to run it and see what's gonna happen. So let's run this. No errors, no errors. And let's run this for, let's say 3. The first name is Mo, the second name is Yeah, and the last name was Widad. Yes, that's what we have said, yes. So as you can see, it's gonna be Widad. Do I have a tie? Let's run this again. And let's say the first name was, let's say Widad. The second name was Nasser. Is this Nasser? This is the same number of characters, yes? 3 2 5 3 2 5. Okay. And the last name is Mo. It should give me what? What is the answer should be here? Widad, and it should print there is a tie. If my program is correct, that's what I'm expecting. What do you think? Can you see it? Widad, because Widad was the first one to be counter, and we had a tie with Nasser, but unfortunately he's sitting in the back. He's not going to get any credit, but we will say that, you know something, we had a tie. Clear, guys? Is this clear? Okay, so I will give you, I guess our time is over now.